Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the brand new upcoming next generation Xbox console. So as you guys do know, there's been a lot of rumors and talk, and I've been trying my best to go cover it the best I can for the PlayStation 5 Pro. But one thing to kind of go know is that the PlayStation, well, is not the only console in the market. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, but where the Xbox as well, basically also around, like it still exists. I'm sure you guys know this. So when it comes to the Xbox, there is now apparently even bigger rumors and news coming out over here when it comes to when they're coming out, when the next consoles can be actually be included, and as well what the current specs are going to be. There's also some big AI conversation that might be ongoing too as well when it comes to it. Just a lot of very, very interesting things coming out for the next generation of Xbox consoles. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We also have the $500 or PlayStation 5 Slim giveaway going on, so make sure you guys follow the Twitter and Twitch down below for the bonus entries. And of course, let's go and dive on into this video itself. So as I mentioned, Xbox as a whole is not down and out, although a lot of folks are rumoring the PlayStation 5 Pro for a 2024 holiday release around September or so. But right now, Xbox hasn't had a concrete figure or leak when it comes to their next generation console. Now, I'm one of those people, and I'm like, I kind of agree on this. You always need to have at least some sort of a console and some sort of a competition. Usually you always have a corresponding Xbox to PlayStation or Pro to Pro. So it might also be a little bit weird that these years might not be lining up fully. But when it comes to this one, the next gen Xbox may be coming sooner rather than later. So the next gen Xbox is apparently now coming in 2026 and also may have a dedicated AI acceleration via the NPU processor. So as of right now, Microsoft's next gen Xbox console is reportedly coming in 2026, and it could feature dedicated AI accelerators to optimize a multitude of tasks and features. Now this kind of makes a lot of sense. Mainly because if you go and look at Xbox, they have things like Game Pass. They have things like cross-generation, like prior generation as well. And then when it comes to also multiplayer gaming, on top of this, cloud streaming. So there's a lot of big various elements that they're going to expand into, and while right now they can kind of get a little piece of it, like they could have Game Pass running on Xbox, they can have cloud gaming and streaming and stuff like that on Xbox. But I think the bigger thing is the seamless integration of it, and basically making sure it runs as good as possible. So Microsoft plans to release a next-gen Xbox console by 2026, new unverified rumors and reports claim. Now, also to go add a little bit of validity to a lot of these comments, there has been some core documentations on the next Xbox Series X Pro or the next console of Xbox as well. So it's not only pure rumors, there actually has been proper legal documentation that has confirmed that they do want to either have a mid-console generation refresher, so think like a Xbox Series X Pro, although maybe slightly later than the PS5 Pro, but if you think about it, what if it gets delayed 2025, maybe next year, maybe slightly better specs? I can kind of see in comparison to PlayStation 2 as well. So when accidental documents leaked from the FTC and Microsoft trial put a next-gen Xbox release in November 2028. However, new rumors are saying that the Xbox console is coming in 2026, which once again would correspond a little bit better with tech-wise, the big tech bump, more time for Game Pass and also cloud streaming to get a little bit more developed, and as well, seeing what PlayStation makes for the PS5 Pro. Now, think about it this way. PlayStation is already winning the console war right now. Like, they can be like, hey, you're going to get this next 2 years of consoles, but we're going to try to get something cool and new for maybe a Gen 9 and try to get maybe more people on top of there first and foremost. So this is a substantially reduced window and will cut the current Gen 9 Xbox family to around 6 years, 2 of which were mostly constrained by these chip shortages. It's worth mentioning that this documentation was published in May of 2022, so a lot of stuff's actually been changed, which is why 2028 going to 2026 would make a lot of sense, especially with all the PS5 Pro news coming out as well. So the trial leaks also show that Microsoft was mulling over a potential mid-cycle Xbox Series X refresh set to launch sometime as of next year, in October of 2024. This console is codenamed Brooklyn. It would be a cyclical, digital-only Xbox Series X. The documents also said that the mid-gen console Ellwood, which is the 1TB Xbox Series S, and Brooklyn, the aforementioned Xbox Series X refresh, have also been funded. So not only are they existing and they want to go be real, they also are apparently already given the money for it. So let's go and say, hey, if you guys have ever worked corporate life, having the approval of your higher-ups definitely make things a bit harder. Now, that makes a lot of sense. Basically, you're going to have a boss, and they're like, hey, we want to go make a brand new Xbox Series X refresher. You go to Phil Spencer, and he's like, hey, we got to talk to the board, we got to talk about the productions, we have to see the numbers, the PowerPoints, and everything else. That has already been done. So, the big multi, either sometimes month or year, look at how long the Activision acquisition even took in the first place. It can take a long time just to get the funding for it, and something like a brand new Xbox would cost hundreds of millions of dollars probably maybe more in the billions if you factor in the production, the just everything. Like it's probably unironically billions of dollars. So you only have to go and sell. I'm not even sure how many consoles you need to sell, but you just don't have to sell that many consoles to make billions of dollars. It's a billion-dollar thing. Either way, so they do have the funding for it, and it looks like that's also been in the works, which also adds a lot more validity to all these. So fast forward to new reports, the next gen Xbox comes in the way of Giant Bomb as well, who have shared the info too as well for their big stream. The exact sources for the rumor are unknown. There are rumors out there for someone who was part of leaking this stuff on the PlayStation side, but that person is also now saying that Xbox will also have their own Xbox next in 2026, whether that's the Pro or a full follow-up console. This leaker is saying stuff that might be it's canceled, and they're going to be doing the Xbox next faster than they would do otherwise, maybe moving the start of the next generation by a couple of years. So I want to go talk about this too as well, because it's very intriguing. One thing to kind of note is that a lot of the times consoles will be launching at the same time. So think the PlayStation or Xbox. They'll be launching in quite literally the same exact, almost few week time span. The Xbox and Series X and PlayStation 5 are good examples. So it would almost be kind of a weird mix-up in the gaming sphere. It could maybe be a win where maybe, let's say, PlayStation gets their new console. They have 2 years of pure PlayStation hype, brand new console stuff. And then maybe after another 2 years, 2.5 years, then Xbox makes their next gen console. This might also be kind of nice for Xbox to have their own launch window, because if they're always being compared to PlayStation and they're always technically losing, which they have these past few consoles, it does make, probably I'm sure morale, game industries, and everything else a little bit on the harder side. But let's go into the PlayStation 5's been out for 3 years, or PlayStation 6 more so, and then you have the Xbox Series 3 coming out right afterwards. Then that also kind of gives people time to enjoy it, get hyped up for it, have those big reviewers, holiday seasons, whereas only brand new Xboxes, in general, it actually maybe make a lot of sense. At least in my opinion. So they also go and say if Microsoft is planning a next-gen console release in late 2023, then it would be a part of the fiscal year of 26 timeline. This would be put any such next-gen plan smack dab in the middle of Microsoft's Fairhaven vision, which is the name given to the hardware, content, and service business strategy for the 25 to 27 mid-gen scenario period. So it's basically them saying, hey, we want to go and have this big expansion of Game Pass. We have this big expansion of cloud streaming. We have this big expansion of our consoles, and also making it either very accessible, so think Xbox Series S's, so maybe an Xbox Series S2, or as well also making sure everything else is pure, it just works. So think an Xbox Series X Digital, where you can go and cloud stream, cloud host everything you want in the first place, have cloud saves, etc., and basically take a lot of load off the console itself, and maybe more put it on internet and infrastructure that Microsoft themselves already have. And this kind of makes a lot of sense. We always know Xbox wants to go for Game Pass, very big duh, and hardware might not be as big of a deal. Although there is still millions of consoles being sold, so hardware does exist and is still relevant. So even if they kind of twist to fully of Game Pass and cloud streaming, you still want to sell consoles either way because they're making money on it. So as for hardware and capabilities, the new gen Xbox may not just specifically prioritize raw power and instead be the first video game console built with key AI integration in mind. Microsoft has invested tremendous amounts of money into AI, and its Copilot tech is helping revolutionize productivity. OEMs are teasing AI-based PCs, and AI chips are in high demand as well. So right now, they might be trying to go and fully make the next Xbox console fully integrated with AI. No, don't forget that Microsoft has put billions of dollars into ChatGPT and other types of AI sources. So imagine you have them basically having conversations with you, trying to go and find friends for you to go play games with, trying to go and help you figure out what games to buy, what sales to go have, doing individual marketing pitches, as well maybe trying to use AI-based learning on what games you'd maybe like for, say, Game Pass. Maybe using that same AI to realize hey, maybe people would really let's say, having more fantasy-based games, more RPG-type style games. And then they go and utilize all of that to go and know what they even want to buy for Game Pass, or what companies they want to invest their money into. AI could be a really big deal when it comes to what they decide in the future. So it's possible Microsoft's next-gen Xbox could feature dedicated onboard AI accelerators, like I said, too, as well, potentially with the neutral processing unit co-processors that would work alongside with the highly customized SoC. Other FTC and Microsoft trial leaks suggest that Microsoft could utilize an ARM64 CPU instead of an X64 CPU. The reason for this choice may also be made with AI in mind. Another big reason why Microsoft would select this kind of chip is because of cloud compute. ARM is better suited for this type of integration too as well. So basically, it kind of seems like right now the Xbox is in the works, is ongoing, and we might actually have the brand new Xbox console coming in the very next future, especially with all these other various big changes with AI, cloud gaming, cloud hosting, Game Pass, etc. I'm actually going to be very intrigued to see what the next future Xbox is going to even have overall. So give me your thoughts and comments. Are you guys going to buy the next Xbox? Do you guys care? And if not, well, let me know why you don't. We have the Twitter and Twitch down below and the $500 giveaway, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notification notifications on for that, and follow the Twitter and Twitch for the bonus entries, and I love you guys all very much for watching here in the first place.